might be for the live feeders out there. I don't know what time it is for y'all, 5 a.m. Eastern time or 2 a.m. Western, and just kind of give you guys kind of understanding of what happened. Again, Hannah, if you're out there, I love you so much. Love my family. Um, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's this every season or it's just this season specifically, but this first week's hard, man. And I've been working hard. I've been really, really working overtime, trying my best to kind of get off the block. Not off the block, but have the votes to stay in this house. And today was kind of a roller coaster of emotions. You guys might have saw me cry a little bit. I apologize about that. I do cry now and then. And today was very overwhelming. And I had some tender moments with some people in the house and some betrayals, kind of, so to speak. I think, so coming in this morning, I still felt apprehensive because you never feel good about being on the block. But I felt like I had the votes. I counted the votes in my head, and I was like, I have to, like, how everyone's been reassuring me, even the night beforehand. Holly and Sis yesterday night reassured me. But today was kind of weird. I was talking to everyone, still said it's good. But you could tell things were a little miss. Like, Bella was like ignoring me completely. Other people were kind of here and there. And Tommy talked to Mickey earlier in the day, and they said they're going to start talking to people and get the votes together and like finalize things. And it made me feel so much better. Today lasted forever. And I had Cliff and Nicole kind of check in different places, and they're my angels essentially. And they were honestly heard me just keep badgering them, and they kept reporting back and back and back. And so basically, I did my whole campaign trail, did to everybody. I think one of my mistakes though was I didn't want to try to bully anybody, and I hope I didn't. But I told them that I feel like I have numbers, and people said they don't want to vote with the house. So I feel like the house is with me. And then I rubbed some people the wrong way, specifically like Kemi and Bella, but I don't know. I didn't talk to Bella about that, but Kemi and Nick. It was like midway through and Sis was ignoring me kind of most of the day, essentially. So that kind of threw a little red flag. It was then, I still felt kind of about everything. I know the cat was stopped. Cat's been erratic and been like panicky. Today she really wasn't. She had her shit together. So I realized after Cliff told me that people must be telling her the same thing you're telling me, or she'd be panicking a lot more. So it was around, I forgot what time it was, around like 6, 8 p.m. Like, that's when I was trying, because no one was talking about stuff. So like Cliff was talking to me, and he was coming back to me. He's like, it's good. I haven't heard anything bad yet, but the issue is I haven't heard anything good about it yet. Everyone in the house is still up in the air, and it shouldn't have been in the air when I had so many people commit to me. So it started to worry me a lot. I had a conversation with Nick, essentially. In that conversation, he honestly, he was a straight shooter with me. I told him, like, I have the numbers. I feel like I have the number. I told him who, and then he's like, man, I gotta be real with you. Like, I've been hearing the opposite thing. I've been hearing that the numbers are for Cat. And that threw me off, because, like, whoa, that's the first time someone's actually said that. He's like, I was trying to be real with you. So I did appreciate Nick being real about that. And I did feel like maybe he didn't want me as much in the house, but, like, he was definitely, like, he was trying to help me out in a sense. And when I told him that, if I'm going to be 8 girls, 6 guys, and that kind of bothered him a little bit, I think, when he thought about that a little more. So he went to kind of go check in with people to see, like, where they stood. And he went upstairs, checked in with Christy and Dom, and apparently, like, they gave him, like, a so-so answer. And this is when, like, I started realizing that, maybe, like, Jack, I didn't really trust Mickey in the sense, because I thought he was close with Kat, but, like, these people who told me they have me might not have me as much. So I had to talk with Jack and see where his head at, and I realized that he had to lay low, kind of, and it came to my realization, apparently, like, through other conversations people opened up, was that, like, I think the Fam 5 got exposed, and probably wasn't very hard, it was barely in alliance anyway, but it got exposed, and people knew that I was close with him, so he was doing damage control and trying to skew away. So I think he thought that, like, if he tried to push the vote for me, it would confirm that we're close, and it would put him in danger. So he didn't want to, I didn't get it, he didn't want to be shown off soon. And I think also Christy didn't honestly care who goes home at this point, because she put me up, and she might be thinking it might be best for her game to put me that way. So then there was a conversation. I went upstairs. There was Nicole, Tommy, and Christy, and Jack. And so I knew Nicole was in my boat. I felt like Tommy was in my boat, and I thought Jack was in my boat at this point. So I kind of just, like, lay out, like, why. Like, I asked, and I was kind of panicking a little bit. I'm like, I'm freaking out. I don't know where the votes are really. And then there's, like, honestly, we don't know either. We're just waiting for the house. And then, like, as I talk more and more, I realized they're just like, well, honestly, people have had a lot of time to think. As Christy's the only one speaking mostly. A lot of people have had time to think, and I think people are worried about how you might be a strat or a competition beast, and like, which isn't true at all. I've only won the one competition. It's because everyone sucked more than I did, and there was only a few people who played against me. Anyway, that's not the point. What happened though? What she was talking about, people see Cat as a floater and they can use her as a pawn. I think she was saying that for people's game now, as though personally they want me to game wise, people think I may be the better person to get out because I'm a threat, and that really worried me. I tried to put it out there and I tried to like let them know and that I might be a threat, but I'm a threat on their side. I'll be a shield, yada yada yada. I will fight for that. I'm guessing it'll be on the clip somewhere. That whole thing. I don't want to rehash that. So I felt like I made some good points there, and left and had them think and stuff like that. But you don't know how it goes, and then you might have seen it, but then later on Nicole comes down, kind of just like gives me the details and basically says as much as she loves me and like she was sad, she tried to push in the conversation, but it seems like they have agreed to lean towards Cat, and that crushed me because like I was like, that was my raft boat. Those people, Tommy, Nicole, Christy, and Jack, if they're not voting for me, no one else will be voting to keep me in the house. And this is where it kind of started sinking that like, damn, I might really be going home. And I tried to figure out what I could do. And then Tommy came by later and I kind of talked to him, and Cliff was there, and just basically this is when I just started feeling really at my lowest point because I've campaigned so hard throughout the day, y'all. Like I haven't given up. Like I've been a fighter and I've been fighting. And I was like, I'm spent. I've done everything I can. I couldn't. Everyone is just talking about how boring today is and all this stuff, and they're trying to have fun. But how can I have fun when like it's hard feeling to explain? It's hard to explain this like through the camera to anybody watching. That like when you're on the block and you think or you have a good feeling that you're going home, you feel this. When you're on the block, you already feel like this despair on your shoulders, and it's so hard to do anything. And then knowing that there's a strong potential that you're going home now, and there's nothing you can do about it, especially week one. It hits you like nothing else, and everything you think about, like, because I'm a fan, and I'm like, oh my god, same story, fans go home again, we don't know how to play. I beat myself up, and I still beat myself up to get myself in this situation. If it was my fault or not, it doesn't matter, I'm in this situation. Thinking that I've let down my family, let down my girlfriend, everybody. If I go home, and it hurts, it really hurts when I think about it, but I've kind of got it all out of my system already. And, then, I try to talk it out with some singular people like Holly and try to give her my hash speech. But as much as, she basically kind of gave me like she has to do what the house does. And it was a cop out essentially answer. I get it. But that conversation didn't make me feel any happier. And then at the end, we said DR just to kind of like vent a little, let it out. And I couldn't really do anything specific. Sorry, I'm not supposed to talk about the sessions, but just a vent essentially. It came out, didn't end. So then, as I talked to Cliff a little more, and then Tommy there, I was thinking that, wow, there might be, what other plans can I get? I can't really remember the timeline of this, but I was trying to figure out what can I do, and I really have tried to put my mind into, like, what other Big Brother players have been, like, the walls against the back, the back against the wall, and what have they done? I'm not saying I'm a great Big Brother player or not, but I just figured that maybe I can tap into their energy. Sound like Christy. I could tap into, like, maybe what they did. And I'm trying to rack my head because week one, and maybe I can figure out a way right now. Because Tommy tried to tell me that I need to convince the whole house, like that I'm not a threat essentially, and they won't. But I don't think I'll ever be able to do that well. Cat's on the block. Anybody next to Cat will go home because people will think Cat is a floater and she can make it all the way like that and still lose the game. So I've had to rack my brain, and I realized I have the nightmare power, but I can't use it. And as a fan, we always like. I'll be honest, we don't like it when people get overpowered powers. I don't like it when people do. However, in this case, and like you were usually like, oh yes, it didn't change the game. And so in this sense, I'm kind of happy that I wasn't able to use the power because like it's overpowered.